and welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, my name is Brienne Beebe. I'm a high school math teacher, and over this past summer I had a baby, and this is baby Russell, who is just going to be joining me because he's awake and I don't really know what else to do. So while I was pregnant, I completely knew and understood that my life was going to change in a big way and that it would never be the same again, and that much is obvious. And I wanted and tried to plan and prepare for what was coming as much as possible, but it just really feels like one of those things where you don't know until you actually get there. So while this is just 110% my experience and what I'm going through, I do find it helpful just to hear from other people what they do and how they balance everything. So this is my attempt at just sharing in the hopes that it could help someone else that is a teacher and planning on becoming a mom someday. He's not usually in this room. This is gonna be actually like the baby free room, so he has a lot to look at. So first of all, I sat down to film this and I put everything together really quick because he's gonna get tired and cranky soon because he usually takes a nap right now and he's like wide awake. So I left everything out. Usually I clean up before filming, and today it's not happening, and that's okay. So I feel like I just want to talk about my routine on like a daily routine and how that's different now. So just starting with the daily routine during the school week, I get up at 4:45, and it's so that I have enough time to feed him. So I get up. The closer we get to break though, the later and the longer I stay in bed. So this hasn't been 100% to schedule lately, but I basically get up at 4:45, get in the shower, and then when I get out of the shower, I go into our guest bathroom so I can do my hair and makeup, which today's actually the first day I'm wearing like actual makeup in a long time. But I would just put on like mascara and groom my eyebrows and maybe put on some kind of lip product. So that's been the routine, and that's just so that I'm out of the bathroom that's attached to our bedroom, so my husband can get in and shower, and I want to keep the lights off so that he can still sleep a little bit longer. So I'm done with everything before 6 usually, and then I will come downstairs, make his bottle, go back upstairs, wake him up, and then I feed him right away. And after feeding him, I change him. Ideally, I'd like to change him first, but he screams. Like, he doesn't want to be changed right away. He wants that bottle. So I feed him, change him, get him dressed, and then usually it's around 6:15 that he's burped and everything and ready to go. So I go back into my room and I get dressed because it's just like the last thing that I do. I don't like to get dressed before I have to feed him and burp him and everything. And literally, that's always been the plan since day one, but the one time that I was like, oh, I'm just wearing jeans and a t-shirt today, it's gonna be fine, he spit up on me like all over, like I had to change my entire outfit. So I just don't even take that chance anymore. So I come downstairs usually before 6:30 and eat breakfast, although that's changed a little bit. I was taking breakfast to work and I was having yogurt, granola, and fruit like every day for breakfast. And at one point it just seemed like it wasn't enough for me. So my husband's been making me breakfast, and it's like fried egg, bacon or sausage, and cheese on like an English muffin or like a bagel thin or something. And that keeps me satisfied longer. So I've been still eating yogurt and granola at school, but it's like my mid-morning snack instead of my breakfast. So I'll come down, eat breakfast, get everything together. I have most things prepped, but I just gather everything and then I'm leaving. Ideally, I'd like to leave like at 6:35 to 6:40. But lately, especially as we got closer to break, I was leaving anywhere between 6:45 and 6:55, sometimes even as late as 7. So my husband actually leaves at 7 and Russell goes to my mom's house. My mom, of course, lives 25 minutes away in the opposite direction of where my husband and I work. So my husband takes him to my mom's and I pick him up because my husband works in an elementary school. So his day starts later and I get out earlier. So it just works out best that way. So my main time at school is in the morning, and my schedule is bizarre this year. So I try to get stuff done in the morning. It's harder some days than others because I'm just tired sometimes or just distracted, to be honest. And I try to get as much done during my planning periods as possible. So like I just said, my schedule's really weird this year, and there are days, he's teething right now, so he's like a lot of extra saliva and he just kind of coughs on it sometimes. So anyway, my schedule has it so that some days I'm going all day long. I get one planning period and my lunch, which I think is what most teachers actually endure. So, I mean, I'm gonna acknowledge right now that I'm very lucky. Some days, and it all just depends on how everything falls, I'll be done after my 5th period class. I mean, as far as having classes, and then I have 3 periods in a row to do planning. And that can be glorious, but it also can make it so that I'm less productive, because then it's like I just need a break in between doing things. So I made a video sometime over the summer, I put it up, about taking work home, and my preference is to take planning home and to leave grading at school. So I'm still grading at school, but I'm really trying to get my planning done at school. What's made it easier is that I'm repeating 3 of my courses, although one of them I'm changing up a little bit. So my 2 different geometry courses are basically being kept intact from how they were last year, and I made small changes. Some changes are bigger than others, like my quadrilaterals unit for both courses I wanted to do a little overhaul on. So that was a lot of work, and I'm coming out of that now, and I'm in units that they've worked just fine how they were, so I'm not making any tweaks. And what I'm having to really plan for is Algebra 2. It's a brand new course for me, and I need like just all the notes and smart notebook files and homework and everything. So that's where most of my focus and work is going into. I also have a new math AIS class, and just to be completely honest, I don't plan for that class at all, because the work that I do in that class is completely dependent on the work that my colleagues are doing in their classes, because there's actually 2 different teachers teaching 7th grade this year for the first time, and they seem to plan day by day, and I don't operate that way. So I just kind of throw something together each class, and usually I see them twice a week. So one day we'll do quizzes practice, the other day I'll find some kind of free worksheet based on what they've been doing in class. So that's been interesting. I have not stayed after school. If I do stay after school, it's like 20 minutes tops, and it's to straighten up my classroom, to make copies, to do anything else that I need to do. So after that, I go and I pick Russell up from my mom's house, and the only thing is that some days I would like to just be able to pick him up and leave. And if it were like a daycare or a stranger watching him, it'd be really easy to do that. But with my mom, you know, I want to see my mom, I want to talk with my mom, so I end up staying there for a little bit each day. And we get home, and it can be anywhere between like 4:30 and 5:30. So we get home, we play for a little bit, and around 6 o'clock, he's ready for dinner. So he's on solids now, so we feed him whatever food he's trying out that night, and then we give him a bottle, usually less than what we'd normally give him. So he's up to 6 ounces right now, and his dinner time bottle, we'd be giving him 4 ounces. Otherwise, we feel that he's probably too full to have his nighttime bottle. So he'll have his nighttime bottle between 9 and 9:30, and then he goes down to bed between 9:30 and 10. Now, I wish I knew who to give credit to this to, but one of the mom YouTubers that I watched maybe a month ago, she said the best advice that anyone ever gave her was to have a routine but not a schedule. Completely 100% say the same thing. So we have this routine, and it's a little bit based on time, but it's pretty loose, and it's all just dependent upon him. Because the thing is, while this whole thing is a big change, I feel like we are frequently having to readjust, just because he's growing and he changes every day, and so the things that we do and that we need change every day. So as far as being able to get work done, especially with the new prep, we have 2 things that my husband and I have put in place, and this one is actually new, so it's kind of hard to make it like a permanent change, but I really liked it. We basically just gave each other 1 hour. So 1 hour where I'm completely responsible for taking care of him by myself, and my husband is able to do what he has to do, which for him, he's a musician, so for him that's practicing. For me, I'll take an hour where my husband is solely responsible for taking care of Russell, and during that time I'm taking care of any planning that needs to get done, which I'm hoping is gonna start happening less and less, because I'd really like to put more time into YouTube again, and blogging, and taking care of Teachers Pay Teachers. So in other words, I'm hoping to do less schoolwork in that 1 hour and do more things that just make me happy to take care of myself. Like this week, I didn't do any work for school when I came home, but I baked cookies for my coworkers. I had a bubble bath one night, just like little things like that. And I feel like that helped keep me sane through this last week before winter break. It probably looks bad on camera, but he just wants to chew my finger because his little teeth are coming in. So it looks like I'm choking you. What makes this routine difficult where my husband and I trade off for an hour is that my husband's schedule can be so different from week to week. Like, he typically has rehearsals one night a week for one band that he plays with. His school can be really demanding where they have faculty meetings like 3 times a month. So he comes home late and it kind of throws things off a little bit. Or he has to do 10 hours of professional development. So there have been times when he had to be there for like an extra 2 hours. And again, that throws things off. Or parent-teacher conferences, because he has those more often than I do, being in elementary school. So little things like that kind of make it hard to make that arrangement work. Weekends, there's not much of a routine, especially this month because it's Christmas and holidays and we're trying to get everything together and ready and Christmas shopping, etc. You know the deal. So I feel like there's no real routine on weekends. He's trying so hard to eat my finger. So the one thing that we are able to do on weekends is, and again, this hasn't happened at all this month, but I go to our local library for 3 hours. They don't open until 10 a.m. so I'm there from 10 to 1. And I will just put in my headphones and sit there and do work for 3 hours straight. And while I would like to be home and just focus on Russell over the weekend, because that's my main focus the rest of the time, having that time that's just dedicated to getting schoolwork done is just a huge relief for me, because that means that when I'm with Russell, I am present and with him. I'm not thinking about all these other things that I have to do for school, because if I'm worried about it or anxious about it, I can't enjoy my time with him. And I mean, it's just the fact that I have a brand new prep, and I don't know, it's like I just fear going into work one day and not having anything set up or ready. If I have plans in place, I can adapt and change the plans, but I'm just so fearful of not having anything in place. Like just getting to like a class period where I have nothing and the students, you know, are just there without anything to do. I mean, I'm sure if you're a teacher, you can understand what I'm trying to say, I hope. I know I'm not being very articulate right now. I'm a little bit distracted. So on weekends while he's napping, that's when I'll take care of things around the house. So I'm not like a complete neat freak, but I like for my house to be clean, and my house is not clean how I like it to be clean, and hasn't been since he's been here, and I'm just kind of accepting that and getting used to it. So he's starting to show me signs that he's definitely tired, and I think I've said all I need to say. Things are different, and I just kind of wanted to describe that and what it looks like now that he's here. So I hope this was helpful, and as always, thank you for watching.